Hello guys, Malia from the Malia CFC Vlogs YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video. Now today, we are going to be talking about Swansea City's 3 new signings. Now, by the time we're recording, one may have been announced after the minute, which, as by the time you're recording, is Harrison Ashby. We have secured the signings of a permanent Mykola Kukharevich, Carl Rushworth and Harrison Ashby. So 2 of them are on loan, one's permanent in Mykola Kukhariev, and Harrison Ashby and Carl Rushworth are on loan. So before we get into anything, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I believe over 80% of you aren't subscribed, so hopefully you can all do that. And yeah, let's get into it. So the first player we're going to be talking about is Brighton under 21s, England under 21, sorry, keeper Carl Rushworth. Now, Carl Rushworth comes in on loan from Brighton Hove Albion after he spent a good 9 days out in America. Came home yesterday and did his medical yesterday, which was good. Shows his determination to really get that move over the line and, you know, make sure he knows where he's playing football this season. So for me, I'm very delighted to have Carl Rushworth here. You know, it means possibly the end of Andy Fisher. We all know Andy Fisher hasn't had the best of times since he's arrived here at Swansea. He's had a couple of good games, but yeah, I think Carl Rushworth will take the #1 spot here after Stephen Bender got his injury. Now, Carl Rushworth, his career has been pretty all over the place, to be honest. He started off at Huddersfield Youth set up before moving to Halifax, his hometown, before then moving to Brighton, to then go on loan moves to Walsall and Lincoln City, most notably, which he kept for 17 clean sheets for the Imps last season. And from looking at highlights of him, he is a very, very talented young lad. I think he'll bring a ton of new stuff to Swansea. I think Brighton fans have said notably that his distribution can't always be the best. You know, there's going to be that mistake, but that's what you expect with a young keeper. He's developing, he's learning, and he's always going to be something like that. But anyway, obviously he made 42 appearances, at Lincoln last season. He also got a red card and played 3,665 minutes. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what Carl Rushworth can do. I feel like he's a player which, you know, can really benefit us going for that top 6 charge. What we needed was a bit of youth in the setup, or a little bit of something new. Carl Rushworth must have, probably did come up against Michael Duff's Barnsley last year, so I think that's probably where Michael Duff has seen him play. But what are my thoughts on this signing? Well, I've pretty much summed it up there. I feel Carl Rushworth is a outstanding signing. I think I've been calling his name for weeks now. We've had to wait a bit longer because obviously he's been out in America with Brighton, but obviously Brighton have experienced goalkeeper coaches. You know, you look at the likes of Robert Sanchez, who when he was on form, he was absolutely brilliant. So any learning out of that, and it would have been alright. But Carl Rushworth is 21 years old. He is obviously, as I say, he's a Brighton youth goalkeeper. He was England under 21's first choice goalkeeper before James Trafford did take the #1 spot in the Euros after he conceded no goals, which was far more impressive. But Carl Rushworth, outstanding goalkeeper from what I've seen from his loan spells at Walsall and Lincoln. Notably, both of those fans plus Brighton fans have said how much he can progress under Michael Duff. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what Carl Rushworth can do for the Swans, and most notably, can he keep more clean sheets than he did last year? We'll have to find out. But yeah, welcome to Swansea City, Carl Rushworth. next up, who I'll be talking about is Mykola Kukharevich of Troyes. Now, he comes over on a permanent basis, unlike Harrison Ashby and Karl Rushworth. Big Ukrainian striker, 6'4" tall, Ukrainian under-21 national, 22 years old, and he's 6 foot, well, as I just said, 6'4", but yeah, he comes over on a 3-year deal, I believe. He's played 17 times and scored 3 goals for the Ukraine under-21s. He started 10 games when he was on loan at Hibernian last year, but a 5-goal return from that was pretty impressive, I gotta say. But obviously he went to Troyes, didn't really have the best of times there before moving on to us. He was previously at OH Leuven, and he was in some side in Ukraine. But yeah, I won't pretend to know much about him because I don't, let's be honest, nobody has. But I gotta give a special mention to Planet Swans on Twitter. They were spot on when it came to this deal. Everyone thought it was Christian Pedersen who was the third player to, come in, but obviously it weren't, and it was Mykola Kukharevich, and it was pretty spot on by them. Fair play, but yeah, he's a bit of a lengthy striker. I feel like he's got a goal or two in him, and obviously he has that bit of hoofiness. Like, he loves to slam the ball. Like, you've seen a couple of his goals. He's comfortable on both feet, I believe. Hibernian fans said if you can keep him fit, then he will bag loads of goals. So hopefully that's the case, and that we hopefully we can go for it. But yeah, welcome to Swansea City, Mykola Kukhariev. Last up, we'll be talking about Newcastle right back Harrison Ashby. Now, Harrison Ashby, he's got tons and tons of potential. He's been one I've kept a close eye on over the years. He's been probably one of my favourite academy products rising up, and just making such a big move early on in his career just says a lot about his potential. Now, he was at West Ham. He's come through the academy at West Ham, and joined Newcastle for a fee of 3.4 million, which isn't bad considering he's only played a handful of games for West Ham. But he is a Scottish international. I believe he's Scottish under-21s at the minute. But he has made a few appearances for Scotland, and obviously I wouldn't be surprised if he moved on to the Scottish youth ranks soon enough. But Harrison Ashby then, what can I say about this guy? He's in the academy leagues in the Premier League. He's played 37 games, 3 goals and 10 assists, which isn't bad goal return. We like a youth player. We like seeing those youth players come across. But yeah, with the bags and bags of potential Harrison Ashby has, we will more than definitely take him beyond. I can back him to rip up the Championship, let's be honest. There's not a lot of youth players that we can come into the league and say, yeah, this guy's going to be good. But looking at players like Harrison Ashby and Karl Rushworth, you can both see that they are ready for this challenge. Harrison Ashby being more of a European, off the bench European, and Karl Rushworth just coming through the league. So they both have earned this challenge, so hopefully they can both take it. In the under 18s Premier League, he didn't have the goal return he have in the Premier League too, but he had 22 appearances, 2 goals and 1 assist. But he's played more minutes in the higher ranks of the academy stages, if you get what I mean. But he has played a bag full of games at top level. Obviously, has been limited to chances at Newcastle at the minute, but in pre-season he has looked alright. And I remember I stayed up for a bit to watch the Brighton Newcastle game in the pre-season in America, because obviously Harrison Ashby has been out there as well. for most of that game, he did have Mitoma in his back pocket. So, but other than that, he did get skimmed for the goal. But you're young, you haven't made that much appearances in top flight football. But yeah, I feel like Harrison Ashby will be one where we can all be excited about. I think this is the best of the bunch, to be honest with you. It's my personal biggest signing at the minute. But yeah, Harrison Ashby will be a quality player. He's a bit versatile, so he can play right back, right wing back, and I think he can play left wing back as well. So hopefully Harrison Ashby can bring out those qualities and, you know, really show the Swansea fans what he can do and what he can bring to the side, and also obviously prove to Newcastle why he should be in amongst that first team. But it's a shame we haven't got him on a permanent, but it's always going to be unrealistic, innit? So yeah, I feel like this is going to be one of the best signings we can make in a while. I feel like even with the loans that Steve Cooper brought, I think Harrison Ashby is going to be one of the best signings we make, to be honest. I feel like this guy has bags and bags of potential, and you could just see it in the Newcastle pre-season. He obviously scored against Rangers as well. Obviously, yeah, you could debate it was only a flick on head, the brilliant work by Alexander Isak, but you can clearly see that the guy has potential, obviously, with him playing so well against Brighton as well. So we can only pray for him to be successful at the Swans. But for me, it's gonna be a no-brainer. I think he is going to achieve real good things here. And obviously, if him and Carl Rushworth go well, then they are going to obviously look to send other players back here. So we are kind of a feeding loan club to youngsters. Obviously, I think we're one of the most attractive clubs when it comes to, you know, academies and youth players, and obviously bringing in those youth players and developing them and making them good, and then they go on to do, you know, good things. You only have to look at the likes of Mark Guehi, Rhian Brewster. Yeah, he hasn't had the most prolific time at Sheffield United, but what was the price fee when he went to Sheffield United? McBurney, Dan James, yeah, they went on loan, but they came through our academy. Joe Rodon, Morgan Gibbs-White. Obviously, he'd only played a handful of games here, but you know, it's something to be excited about at the end of the day. I won't ramble on for too long because I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. I think Harrison Ashby will be successful here. I think it could be, as I said, one of the more brutal signings. I think he could be someone who rips up the Championship. Like, I'm that confident. So, be interested to see what happens in terms of a system. Would we see Ashby on the right, Key on the left? I think that's the most probable thing. But yeah, excited about it. Excited for Saturday. Expecting to see all these signings in and through the door. But yeah, let's do it. Come on, you Swans. That's going to be the end of the video, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Yeah, sorry I couldn't give much detail on the Ukrainian striker because, let's be honest, I didn't really know much about him. But all I know is he's going to score a winner against a certain club down the road at their place and a 7:45 kick-off in a 90th minute limbs again. I'm not joking, but it'd be scenes if he did. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hibs fans, Brighton fans, Walsall fans, Lincoln fans, Newcastle fans, West Ham fans, let me know what you think of this signing. How do you think we'll develop either Ashby, Rushworth or Kukharevich? And yeah, come on, let's go.